here we go. So you've heard about this craze of Ozempic drugs, the semaglutides, the tirzepatides, the Wegovys, the OZEMPICs, all this stuff, Zepbound, Mounjaro. It's huge. Over 40 million people in the United States are using these weight loss medications, whether for weight loss or diabetes. 40 million people. So we've got two opportunities here. Number one, we will be, in literally a few days, the first and only network marketing company that is able to sell and provide these drugs to people with a full prescription. We've got the whole, working on this very hard. A lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy, a lot of money's gone into it. So they have to be doctor prescribed. We've got the whole network of doctors in every state in the country. And speaking of that, this, unfortunately, for international people outside the US, is only available for the US right now. We do have some things we're working on internationally to make up for that, but this is only for the US right now. So those 40 million people just in the United States is a whole new market for us. So these drugs that people are taking, again, we've got the whole doctor network that can prescribe the drugs. We've got the whole pharmacy network that sends them straight to their door, all very easy, very duplicatable, very seamless. It's just one step. So the difference between this and all of the other products, and the reason that we can do this and other companies can't, very similar to Costco. Costco has a pharmacy. You get discounts on drugs, on medication, on prescriptions if you are a member of Costco. If you're not a member of Costco, you don't get to participate. That's the same thing here. So unlike all of our other products where we have a retail price and a member price, with drugs, you are not allowed. It is a law. We, as you guys know, we keep everything super, super beyond squeaky clean, and just going through the regulatory processes and all that stuff was another big endeavor, just to make sure we're doing this right and clean and aren't going to have any issues. You are not allowed to pay commissions on drugs in any way other than maybe to the doctor. So overweight, and not everyone is going to qualify. Keep in mind, you have to have a certain body mass. If you're on 12 medications or you're super unhealthy, doctors are not going to prescribe it to you. You're not going to be able to get it. But those people still need supplements. So that's opportunity one, people who are not already on the products. Number two is people who are on it, who want to save money, get it for cheaper, and they're going to need supplements. And opportunity three is just everybody needs supplements, whether or not they are on it. So that's pretty cool. But again, and so to keep it totally, totally clean, I'm not going to say the name of the new company, but it's a completely separate company, just to legal lawyers telling us to do it this way to keep it clean. It's exclusive to Live Good. Nobody else on the planet gets these prices. You have to be a member of Live Good to be able to get them, but it is billed by a separate company just to keep everything super, super, super squeaky clean. But just to be totally clear, we can't pay any commissions on the drugs. So we can't pay, so there's no commissions on the drugs, and it doesn't go into the bonus pool, unfortunately. Again, it's a separate company. We're keeping it totally separate, totally clean, but we're going to get a ton of memberships that are going to fill the matrix. You're going to get a lot of customers who need these products, and that's where the benefit is. So it's a huge, just added value for our membership that, again, no other company is doing, can do, and very unlikely will, unless they try to adopt a membership model. I mean, Johnny said there's always going to be copycats. So there probably will be at some point, but it's going to be very hard to compete with our prices. I mean, there's the lowest possible price is literally like $100 less than the cheapest one out there right now for literally exactly the same product. So I'll let Dr. Ryan talk a little bit more about that. So take it away, Dr. Ryan.
All right, Ben, that was a huge announcement. I'm sitting in my seat squirming for my opportunity to speak. It's unbelievable. All right, guys, listen, please listen up. There's a couple things. First, I need to correct you one thing, Ben. There is absolutely no generic available on the brand name drugs. Ozempic, WEGOVY, they're both the same active ingredient, semaglutide. On the other side, there's Mounjaro and there's Zepbound. The active ingredient is tirzepatide. There is no approved generic. When Ben was referring to options for compounded, those drugs, those national brand name drugs, are on a national shortage. Therefore, you can legally compound the exact copycat replica of the drug. So it's a cost-effective way to get access to this medication, this class of medication. Here's what I absolutely love. When these drugs first came out, they were pretty transformational from a weight loss perspective, but they were also pretty damn scary from a what's ahead. What do we don't know much about these things. What's going to happen? Are you going to gain the weight back? What about side effects and all these different things? The data is pouring in. The data is pouring in. And Ben nailed it. It's like there is so much inflammation, there is so much obesity. Many folks are unable to get to where their body needs a metabolic reset. They just can't get there. These drugs are showing so much promise in the sense of cardiovascular outcomes, improving lipid profiles, so cholesterol profiles, improving all aspects of mental health. I mean, you're talking about psychiatric disorders where people are on meds and they're gaining weight and it doubles down, it causes more harm. Substance abuse disorders. I mean, there's so many off-label positive indications, things that are happening with this class of meds. But I want to make something clear. This is an entry into the clinical setting for Live Good. We are still very much a functional, foundational, sort of naturopathic health company. We really do address root cause. That's the way we view this. We know now that with the data coming out, that the folks that start on these drugs, they now can come off these drugs with the proper education, proper lifestyle guidance, the proper supplementation, the proper nutrition, all of it. All the stuff that Live Good has invested so heavily in to make sure that you all are getting the right amount of information, accurate information, so that your lifestyle, when you come off the meds, is better. It's not going to be worse than when you started. It's not going to go back to the way you were when you started. So all of this is very important for you guys to understand. Then you look at it from the access perspective. Look at the access Ben just talked about. Are you kidding me? This is just the beginning. All of the acute care stuff that we can add, it's not just this class of medication. We have the ability in a clinical setting now to disrupt acute care stuff that we can handle through a telemedicine platform, chronic care management stuff we can handle down the road through this platform, educational outreach. There's just an incredibly huge amount of data that we can generate and we can help with. So that aspect is so exciting. And these medications are really absolutely changing lives. They are changing a lot of lives. But what's true and factual is they cost a fortune. They are cost prohibitive for many people that come on. They can't afford to stay on. They have to drop off. Never got the proper education, proper training, proper follow-up, proper drip. And then they went right back to beginning or worse than when they started. I'm excited, Ben. I know there's a lot of education that's going to be built around this, and I think that's what has got me the most pumped up about it. Because once this thing gets going, I know it's just America right now, but there's so many people's lives that are going to be able to be positively impacted. And I don't want the message to get lost. I mean, we are still root cause trying to identify how do we improve people's health. And it's pretty obvious that these medications are really playing a significant role in that area. Back to you, Ben.